Okay, so happy Tuesday, everybody. Good morning. Today is my second edition of Coffee with Dan, I guess. So I had an idea today. I want to go over a word, and the word is called freedom. And I know that's a word that usually makes people wince because the word freedom has been socially engineered uh, by bad people to be associated with uh, really greed-driven capitalism. So as soon as they hear freedom, they just automatically think, greed-driven capitalism. And the etymology of the word freedom comes from the Old English word freodom, which means power of self-determination, state of free will, emancipation from slavery, deliverance. So that's really what we came to this country for and founded this country for, to get away from the slavery of the monarchy of old England, of old Europe, of medieval times. Uh, Feudalism in Japan was a form of slavery, which is kind of what we live here in America. You don't think we live in a form of feudalism? Pay off your $90,000, $100,000 home and the land that it's on, and then go a year or two without paying your property taxes, probably about two, and they'll confiscate that $100,000 home and sell it for 20 grand just to get their tax money. So that's 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 stealing. Okay, that's just one example of not being truly free. So again, I just wanted to say today's word of the day, and I like to do this because I'm learning as I'm going, especially with what's going on in the world right now. We're not experiencing freedom, and we're actually falling further and further away from freedom into slavery. And again, freedom comes from the Old English word freodom, that's spelled freedom, freodom, power of self-determination, state of free will. Okay, that's free will to make choices for your life that you want to make. And those all come from what your rights are. And your rights are any action that you initiate and take that does not initiate or bring harm to another being. So, some people want to say that you're initiating harm by not wearing a mask. Well, no, there's some nuances in that. Okay. People inadvertently pass germs on and viruses on to everybody without any ill intent. Okay. Our bodies need those things or we grow weak because they exist and they are inherent in nature. So, you're not actually purposely bringing harm to somebody by not wearing a mask for a virus with a 99% survival rate that they're now admitting it is. They keep throwing all this stupid information at you to keep you fighting over the low-hanging fruit. The same thing with women's bodily autonomy. Women have a right to make up any decision they want with what they do with their body. That's not a conscious being for the entire first trimester. Okay? I've got daughters. If one of them got raped and didn't want to have the baby, you don't have no right to tell her what to do with her body. Period. Get out of her fucking lives. Okay? Government means mind control, and they are mind controlling you. They want you to rely on them for everything. Okay? And then they'll tell you what you can do and what you can't do. Okay? No means not. You're not the boss of me. You're not telling me what I can or can't do. We're not going to believe this bullshit anymore, and we're not going to have it. And you're not going to tell us what we can and can't do with our body. No means not. Full stop. Okay. So again, the real true meaning of the word freedom is this being in a state of self-determination, free will, and emancipation from slavery. Okay. Anyone remember the Emancipation Act? That's why we called it the Emancipation Act. When the chattel slaves were freed. And that's not the only kind of slavery there was. There's lots of other slavery. We're still in a form of slavery, actually. And it's gonna just get worse until we let them play games with our emotions, games with our minds. Okay, the they got the feminazis out in full force as a full. They're trying to divide us in any way they can. Generational, gender, age. Meanwhile, these little guys like the little evil dude from the Simpsons are just doing their little plot and planning, and you think it's a joke. It's not. Okay, freedom has nothing to do with greed-driven crony capitalism, which is evil. I'm not saying it's not, but that's just a thought for today, man. Don't let them divide you over something that they don't have a right to even have. They have no right to say any of this shit in your life. Just like they don't have a right to tell me I can't defend myself. No cop's ever going to be there when you need them to be there to defend you from some bad person. Period. I've only been awake for fucking 10 minutes and I'm already doing this shit. Anyway, this is Tuesday morning coffee with Dan. I figured I'd put something out there instead of just writing on Facebook. I do have a website where I'm putting articles up. I'm still working on getting videos up there. I've had some technical issues, but it's coming along. In the next couple of weeks, I should have all my videos up. I am on YouTube. I am on Rumble. I am on Odyssey. uh, I just wrote an article that I posted to Facebook and also put on my website, which my website is spiritualanarchist93.com. That's spiritualanarchist93.com. And the name of the article is Checkers, King Me. Okay, and it's basically an article that, hey, ladies, not every man in the world is your enemy, and not every woman is your friend. There are a lot of hate, freedom hating, greed driven women who are in on getting, this Roe versus Wade that they've talked about for the last 30 years and threatened back and forth, along with guns. These are the two things that they do to scare everybody. Take away the guns, reverse Roe versus Wade. Like, literally, they don't have a right to fucking do either. I don't even want to talk about the Constitution. I'll wipe my ass with that piece of paper. Seriously, I will wipe my ass with the Constitution, the actual real Constitution. Bring it to me from Washington, D.C. or wherever it's at. I'll wipe my ass with it, okay? It doesn't mean shit because I don't need anybody telling me, oh boy, I don't need anybody telling me, and you don't need anybody telling you what your natural law freedoms are. Your freedom is your birthright. You don't need somebody scribbling it down on a piece of paper and saying, now we have bestowed upon you, a human being, a human being, have now bestowed upon you, another human being. Here are your freedoms because we scribbled them down on this piece of paper. Fuck that. Those are my birthrights. They're your birthrights. Start getting a little bit angry. Quit getting angry at each other. Get angry at those that would rule us. And folks, this is not a human driven thing. Humans are too lazy for this. I've said this in several podcasts this year already, and other people are saying it. Do some research, do some reading. Man, we are living in the awesomest time in human history. Literally, this is a sci-fi movie in real life. Okay? This is not human driven. Humans are too lazy. Bill Gates, that fucking lizard, Elon Musk, who's controlled opposition, that fucking lizard. These people they're just literally, they're puppets also. Cobra Commander, the faceless person, somewhere out there really exists. I don't care if I fucking sound crazy. Are things normal sounding to you in the world right now? Things seem pretty normal to me. Well, if you could believe in the bearded man in the sky and all the other fucking nonsense you've been fed throughout the years, you should start listening to what some of those conspiracy theorists. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm a conspiracy analyst, and that's what all of us are. Start listening to what we have to say. At least don't outright reject it, okay? But I'm telling you what the word freedom actually means, and it has nothing to do at all with capitalism. It has to do with freedom from slavery, deliverance, okay? Determination, state of free will, exercising your free will as long as it's not bringing harm to another sentient being, okay? So with that being said, this is Tuesday, named after the Norse god Tyr, the Norse god of justice, and I figured I would, although he's not my favorite Norse god for personal reasons. However, that's what the Tuesday today was named after. Uh, that's just another little bit of information I figured I'd just throw out there for you guys. But anyway, this is cool because I can look at my screen. And I don't even actually look at myself. I just shrink down my OBS studio thing and talking to this dot, which is cool. I've gotten used to talking to myself. It's a good conversation usually. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good Tuesday, man. Peace and love. And stay safe to the next time I decide to make a little small rant. That's what I should call this. Dan's coffee rants. Okay. Have a good day, folks. Stay safe.